medium-term energy conservation schemes. So by using this medium-term energy conservation schemes, we can also conserve energy and the cost reduction will be about 5 to 10%. But there must be a little investment will be there. In the short-term energy conservation scheme, there is no investment, but we can save the energy about 5 to 10%. By using this medium-term energy conservation scheme, you have to invest something and thereby you can reduce the cost about 5 to 10%. So what are the measures we are using for this medium-term energy conservation schemes? Let's see one by one. The first one is insulation. So first of all, what is meant by insulation or insulator? In an electrical terminology, what is an insulator? So conductors, insulators are there. What is a conductor and what is an insulator? Conductor means in electrical terminology it allows the current. Insulator means it doesn't allow current. That is an insulator. That means it restricts something, whether it is electricity or whatever it is, heat energy or insulation means it restricts. It won't allow whether it is heat energy or electrical energy or anything. Insulation means it provides or it doesn't allow anything. So for what we are using this insulation? Improving insulation can save the energy. How it can save the energy? This is the energy conservation method, insulation. So if you improve the insulation, you can save the energy. If you can save the energy, you can save your electricity bill or you can reduce your cost. Thereby you can save your money. So how can we save our money? By improving the insulation. I will give you examples. Suppose in the summer season, in houses, all of you are using air conditioners or coolers. Why you are using air conditioners and coolers? For cooling the house. Why? Because outside temperature is very high and we have to cool the room. So for that we are using the air conditioners and coolers. And whenever you are using air conditioner, all the doors of the room must be closed. Right? Why we are closing the doors when you are using the AC? Why we will close the doors? Are you there? Okay, we will close all the doors and windows. If there is any openings also, we will close it. So because if the doors are opened, then it takes more time to cool the room. Then it conserves more energy. So it takes more energy, more electrical energy. Thereby your electricity bill will be increased. If you close the door, it takes less time to cool the air, cool the room. So it takes less electrical energy. Thereby we can reduce our electricity bill and we can save our money. So here you're closing the door means that is also insulation, like an insulation. Here, one more thing, insulating walls, floors and attics. This is one of the important method to improve the insulation. Thereby we can save the energy. How can we insulate the walls and floors? See this picture. In this, this is the attic. The entire attic roof is insulated. See here, for insulation, aluminum foil is used. By using this aluminum foil, whatever the temperature outside or the heat energy outside of this attic cannot be entered into this room. So that acts as an insulation. It won't allow. See, heat energy will be transferred in three ways. One is a conduction, convection and radiation. So in any way, from the sun, the heat energy is transferred to the earth through radiation, not through conduction and convection. Conduction means direct contact. When the two objects are in direct contact, then the heat energy will be transferred from one object to the other object. So radiant energy means far away objects. Sun is far from us, and the energy is reaching to the earth, the heat energy, through radiation. So outside the house, the temperature will be very high, and inside the house, the temperature is less. Whenever there is a temperature difference, the heat transfer will takes place. So here there is no direct contact, the physical contact is not there. Therefore, the heat energy will travel through radiation. But if there is an insulation, this material, the aluminum foil material, cannot enter the heat energy into the room. So it acts like an insulation. So it reflects back. And not only for this, even in the um hotels. Suppose if you are taking the food from the hotel, what they will do? They will pack your food in the aluminum foil. Why only they are packing the food in the aluminum foil? To keep it warm. Whatever the outside temperature, that won't gets allowed into that inside that pack. So thereby the temperature will be maintained constant. So here also whatever the inside temperature, that will be maintained constant here by using this insulation. So this is one of the method by using this aluminum foil as an insulation. And one more method, sealing air leaks. If there is any openings, then also the outside temperature get entered into the house. So you have to seal that, like in the steam or a furnace, use of steam or in the furnaces example. So if there is any openings or cracks, the steam can go through those openings, or the heat energy can go through those leaks or openings. So for that also we need an insulation. You have to seal those leaks. So that sealing is also called the insulation. Insulating air leaks or insulating ducts, and reflective insulation. So what is the reflective insulation? I will show you. See this? This is all also an example for insulation. So how can we improve the insulation for a building? So how you have to construct a roof for a better heating system. So see this roof. Here this is convection, radiation. This is the methods of the heat transfer. Here the heat will be transferred through convection, and at this place the heat will be transferred through radiation. So in this is the ventilation out, and this is ventilation in. So air can enter here and air can go out here. And this roof consists of what? A roof deck, vents and foil. So foil is nothing but it's a covered up foam. So it keeps heat out of the attic. I told you in the previous example, if you use an aluminum foil as an insulation material, then it keeps the heat out of the attic. It won't enter that heat into the attic. So they used here foil covered foam. So that keeps heat out of the attic. And these are the vents. They allow to increase the air circulation. If the air is continuously circulated, the room gets not heated. And here this is a new roof duct. So there is a space between duct and foil layer. Aluminum foil layer is there. So this is the space between that foil layer and this duct. And next one, heating systems. So in the medium term energy conservation schemes, I told you, you need to invest something. A minimum amount of investment must be there. So for this insulation, if you use the insulation, you can reduce your electricity bill. So for that insulation, you can use that aluminum foil or some other methods. So for that, you have to invest. So after once you invested that, you can reduce your electricity bill in every month. So this is one of the methods. Next, heating systems. So you have to improve your heating system. So then also you can reduce the energy consumption. Thereby you can save your cost. So how can we improve the heating system? So the same example as in the case of insulation, your heating system is nothing but let us take an example of ACs and coolers. If your room is cool, you can use less electricity to cool your room by using that air conditioner or air cooler. So for that, you have to close your doors and windows when it is a summer season. Then outside temperature will not enter into the house. Thereby, you can reduce your electricity bill to cool your room. So that improving the time and temperature control of the heating systems in building should result in the energy savings. So this is about heating system. And next one, process modification. What is meant by process modification and how can we improve the saving or cost? So process modification means already once you have utilized one object and you keep on utilizing that, you are modifying it and you can use it again. That means just as a recycling. You use a plastic bottle and you throw it, but after recycling, you can use it again with a different object. So the recycling process is nothing but the process modifications. So by that also you can save the energy. So already the government is insisting that you have to use the polythene bags which are can be recyclable. Why? Because if you are throwing out means if they can't recycle, they will mix in the environment that pollute the environment. So for that we have to recycle it to avoid that pollution. So that recycling is nothing but the process modification. See the thermal power plant, what will be the process modification? See this figure, the condenser will be there in the thermal power plant. That condenser is nothing but that is example for the process modification. See the in the boiler the water will be boiled and gets converted into steam. So once the steam is developed, that steam will go through the pipes and they will rotate that steam will rotate the turbine blades. So once the steam reaches the turbine blades and it will allowed into the condenser from the turbine blades. The steam will enter into the condenser. See this is the steam in from the turbine. The steam is coming and it is entered into the condenser. So this is the condenser tubes. These are all the condenser tubes. So what will happen here? That steam will touches this condenser tubes. And what will happen? That steam will again converted into water. Steam consists of high temperature. So therefore the water will also have high temperature. So see here this is the hot well. Once the steam gets converted into water, it consists of high temperature. So this is the hot well is nothing but here steam gets converted into water and that water is hotter. Here the water will be collected and this water is condensed out. Condensation means the steam is converted into water. That is nothing but the condensation. So here water is coming out. And in this we have two more openings. This is condenser circulating pipe, cool water. So this cool water will be circulated here. Then your steam gets converted into water, and this is hot water well. It collects the hot water, and here this is warm water out. So where we are taking this cool water? From the lake we are taking this cool water. So that's why thermal power plants always constructed nearer to a river. So whenever there is an availability of water, thermal power plants will be constructed near to that water. So they need water here in the condensation process, or in the boiler also we have to feed water to the boiler. So we need water. See, this is the process modification. We are again using this water. The condensed water we can again use. This process modification is also one of the energy conservation scheme. Whatever the warm water we are getting, that warm water we can again feed it to the boiler. So this is one of the process modification method. So once you have to install this condenser, you have to invest on this. So once you install this condenser, you can use it and you can save the energy. And the last fourth one is electrical power savings. How can you save the power? Not in the houses, in an industries. In industries, how can we save electrical energy? See, in industries, some machines will be there. So let us assume some motors are there in the industry. If the motor is having a low power factor, then it consumes more energy. Suppose I have two machines, motor A and motor B. Motor A is having a low power factor and motor B having high power factor. And this motor B and motor A both are doing the same work. So for doing the same work, motor A will take more energy from the utility, more electrical energy. Let us assume at 10 units of electrical energy it is utilizing to do the work. And this high power factor motor, it will take only 5 units of electrical energy from the utility to do the same work. Here the work is same. Both the motors are doing the same work. But which one? The A, motor A is taking more energy, more electrical energy from the utility. Why? Because it is having low power factor. So whenever the machine having low power factor, it takes much electrical energy from the utility. So you have to improve the power factor. Thereby we can save the energy. Whatever the machines are there in the industry, you have to improve the power factor of those machines in that industry. So how can we improve the power factor? By some power factor correction methods. So one of those is installing capacitors. By installing capacitors, we can improve the power factor. Thereby the motors can draw less energy from the utility. Therefore we can save the energy, or we can save the electricity bill of that industry. And the last one in this medium term energy conservation schemes is instruments. So first you have to buy those instruments. That means a low investment will be there. You have to invest. Then how can we conserve the energy by using these instruments? See, suppose you have to control energy conservation parameters. First of all, you should know that how much amount is there. First, you have to measure. Then only you can control the energy conservation parameters. So for that, the instrument is required. If you have an instrument, then you can measure. Thereby, in the previous example, I told you two motors are there. One motor is taking more energy and the other motor is taking less energy. How can we know that? By measuring. First, we have to measure. So for measuring, what we require instruments. So those instruments we require for the energy conservation to measure the energy conservation parameters. I will give you some of the examples of these instruments. This is one of the instrument, fuel efficiency monitor. So it will provide you the efficiency of the fuel. That means it measures the oxygen level and temperature, calorific values of the fuel. All these will be calculated by using this fuel efficiency monitor. And this is thermometers to measure the temperature. See, here two thermometers are there. One is this one is the contact thermometer, and this one is non-contactless thermometer. So what is the difference between these two? See, due to this corona pandemic, now we are all aware of this non-contact thermometer. It looks like a gun. So this is also called infrared thermometer. So without touching the human, we can measure the temperature of the body by using this. That's why it is non-contact thermometer. And this thermometer is also used to measure the temperature by connecting. So in the olden days, we have the thermometers. We should keep it in our mouth. So that is a contact that is contacting us. So that is a contact thermometer, and this is contactless thermometers. These are the instruments to measure temperature. The last one, long-term energy conservation schemes. So long-term energy conservation schemes means in this we have to invest. So to do some modifications or improvements, we have to invest. In the medium term and long term, we have to invest. But compared to the medium term, in this we have to invest more. The capital investment will be more. And by using this, we can achieve 10% of the saving. Sorry, 10 to 15%. About 10 to 15% we can save our money. What are the some of the methods or measures by using this long-term energy conservation? First one is heat modification. Heat modification means installation of heating tubes to extract more heat from the flue gases. So what is that? In the thermal power plant, to extract heat from flue gases, what we are using? Economizer. It consists of pipes. In those pipes, water will be there, and those that water will absorb the heat energy from the flue gases. So heat modification means installation of heating tubes. That means waste heat recovery system. It is also called. The flue gases consists of heat, and that is a waste heat. We are not utilizing it. So that waste heat we are recovering by using this economizer or heat exchanger system or heat modification system. So how we are extracting the heat from those flue gases. So that further we have to install this economizer. Means we have to invest to install this economizer. And the next one is improved insulation. This is also over in the medium term, how to improve the insulation. If you invest more for the improvement of the insulation, then it comes under the long-term energy conservation schemes. Or if you use a less investment to improve your insulation, then it comes under medium-term energy conservation scheme. Apart from that, the insulation is the same thing. And this is heat recovery. How you can recover the heat in the thermal power plant. In the heat modification, we collect the waste heat recovery system, that is. Now, this is also again heat recovery. In this heat recovery, this is used in the processing areas by additional heat exchange systems. Not only this economizer, if you add some additional heat exchanger systems, then it comes under this heat recovery. So for that also you need to invest for the heat exchange schemes. So that heat recovery systems you have to install in the thermal power plant. So thereby you can improve the heat recovery in the processing areas. So all these needs some capital cost, some investment. Compared to the medium term energy schemes, these three requires more amount of money to invest. Thereby we can save our electricity bills up to 15%. So these are all the energy schemes we have. So that so by this the energy conservation schemes are over.